Have you ever spent months learning Arabic, only to travel to an Arab country and feel completely lost in conversation? You're not alone. What most people don't tell you is this. There isn't just one Arabic. There's the Arabic you study in books, and then there's the Arabic people actually speak every day. They sound different, they feel different, and if you don't understand the difference, you'll always struggle to keep up. In this video, I'm going to walk you through one of the biggest secrets of learning Arabic, the difference between modern Standard Arabic and Arabic dialects. By the end, you'll know exactly which one to start with, how to use both in real life, and why this knowledge can save you years of confusion. Let's begin.
I keep coming across the term MSA while learning Arabic, but I still don't fully get what it means. Can you explain?
Sure, Zara. MSA stands for Modern Standard Arabic. It's the formal version of Arabic that's used across the Arab world in media, education, and official communication.
So it's not what people speak in their daily conversations?
Not really. You won't hear people using MSA when they're chatting with friends or buying groceries, but you will hear it in news broadcasts, speeches, and see it in newspapers and books.
Okay, so it's more like the standard or textbook version?
Exactly. It's taught in schools, it follows strict grammar rules, and it's the version most Arabic learners start with because it's understood by people in almost every Arab country.
That's interesting. So if I learn MSA, I'll be able to communicate with people in different countries.
You'll be able to read and understand formal Arabic anywhere. People might not reply in MSA, but they'll understand you. It's a great starting point for building your foundation.
Is it the same Arabic that's used in the Quran?
Very close. The Quran is written in classical Arabic, which is older and more poetic, but MSA is built on the same roots. If you understand MSA, the Quran becomes easier to approach too.
That's good to know. So MSA helps with reading and understanding, but not as much with speaking.
Exactly. It's your base. But to speak naturally with people in different countries, you'll need to explore the dialects too. That's the next big step.
I'm ready for it. Let's talk about dialects. So you said earlier that people don't usually speak MSA in everyday life. What do they speak then?
They speak in dialects. Every Arab country has its own version of spoken Arabic, and those are called dialects.
Oh, so it's like different accents?
It's more than just accents. Dialects can have different vocabulary, grammar, and even pronunciation. Sometimes the differences are small, and sometimes they're so big that people from different regions might not understand each other right away.
Wow, I didn't realize that. Can you give me an example?
Sure. Let's take the word, how are you? In MSA, you'd say, kefahalik. But in Egypt, they say, izayak. In Morocco, it might be kidair. Same meaning, different words.
That's a huge difference. So are dialects considered less formal?
Yes, dialects are used in daily life when people talk to family, shop at the market, or chat with friends. They're more relaxed, and they change over time. In fact, many Arabic movies, songs, and TV shows are in dialect, not MSA.
That makes sense now. So even if I learn MSA, I might still struggle to understand people speaking in dialect?
In the beginning, yes. But the more you listen, the easier it gets. If you learn both, even just a little of a dialect, your Arabic will feel much more real and natural.
Got it. So dialects are the language of daily life, and MSA is more like the formal base.
Exactly. And knowing the difference between the two is a game changer for any Arabic learner.
So now I'm wondering, what are the actual differences between MSA and the dialects? Like, how do I know which one I'm hearing?
Good question. Let's start with grammar. MSA follows strict rules. It's very structured. But dialects, they break the rules all the time. People speak more freely and often skip things like case endings or complex sentence structures.
That already sounds easier for daily life.
Exactly. Then there's vocabulary. MSA uses classical words. Dialects often use modern, even local words that don't appear in MSA. Sometimes dialects borrow from other languages like French or English.
Can you give an example?
Sure. In MSA, car is sayada, but in Egyptian Arabic, people often just say Arabiya. In Moroccan Arabic, they might say domobile, which comes from French.
That's interesting. So the same object can have different names?
Right. Now, pronunciation is another big one. Each dialect has its own sound. Some pronounce letters softly, others sharply. For example, the letter qaf is often pronounced like a G in Egypt, but like a K in other places.
No wonder it sounds so different in movies and shows.
Exactly. That's why beginners sometimes feel frustrated. They learn MSA in class, then hear a dialect in a song or video, and it feels like a whole new language.
So it's not just about words, it's the way people speak them, too.
You nailed it. MSA and dialects are like two sides of the same coin. One is formal and written, the other is casual and spoken.
So which one should I focus on more?
That depends on your goal. But don't worry, we'll talk about that in the next part.
Okay, Omar, now I'm curious. In real-life situations, when do people actually use MSA, and when do they use dialects?
Great question. Let's start with MSA. You'll mostly hear it in formal settings, like news channels, official announcements, religious talks, and school textbooks. It's the language of writing and public speeches.
So if I'm watching the news or reading the Quran, I'll hear MSA?
Exactly. It's also used in universities and government. But outside of that, in everyday life, at the cafe, the market, with friends, people use dialects.
What about if I travel to an Arab country? Should I speak MSA or try to use the local dialect?
If you only know MSA, people will understand you, but they'll most likely reply in their dialect. That's why knowing even a bit of the local dialect can make conversations much smoother.
So dialects are more practical for speaking and understanding people?
Yes, especially if you're living in the country, watching local shows, or building relationships. For example, if you're in Lebanon, knowing Levantine Arabic will help. If you're in Egypt, Egyptian Arabic is more useful.
And if I'm studying Arabic for religious reasons?
Then MSA and Classical Arabic are the way to go. They help you understand the Quran, Hadith, and Islamic texts with depth.
That really helps. So it depends on my goal: travel, religion, or conversation.
Exactly. And once you know your goal, you can choose what to focus on next.
So, Omar, let's say someone's just starting to learn Arabic. Where should they begin, with MSA or a dialect?
I usually recommend starting with MSA. It gives you a strong foundation. You'll learn the grammar, the root words, and how the language is structured. It also helps with reading and writing.
But won't that make it harder to speak with native speakers?
In the beginning, yes. That's why once you're comfortable with basic MSA, you can start learning a dialect based on your goals. For example, if you plan to travel to Jordan or Syria, go for Levantine Arabic. If you're interested in Egyptian media, start with Egyptian Arabic.
So it's okay to learn both?
Absolutely. Think of it like this. MSA is the skeleton, and dialects add the muscles and movement. They work together. Many successful learners study both side by side.
That makes sense. So I could read an MSA and speak in a dialect?
Exactly. And you don't have to master everything at once. Start small, stay consistent, and your brain will naturally adjust.
I really like that approach. It feels doable.
It is. Arabic seems big in the beginning, but once you understand how MSA and dialects connect, everything becomes clear.
So now I'm wondering, how do I actually practice both MSA and a dialect? Are there different ways to do it?
Yes, and it's simpler than you might think. For MSA, focus on reading and listening. Try reading short news articles, children's books, or watching Arabic news with subtitles. It helps build vocabulary and grammar.
That's doable. And for speaking?
For speaking, dialects are the key. You can watch Arabic dramas, YouTube vlogs, or listen to music in the dialect you're interested in. Try repeating what you hear. And if possible, talk to native speakers online. Even short conversations make a big difference.
That sounds more fun than just studying from a textbook.
It is. Learning through real content makes it easier to remember. And don't worry about making mistakes. That's how you grow.
I like that. So MSA for reading and understanding, dialects for speaking and real conversations?
Exactly. Keep mixing both into your routine, even just 15 minutes a day. Over time, it builds up.
I've learned so much just from this one conversation. I used to feel overwhelmed by Arabic, but now it feels more organized in my head.
I'm glad to hear that. A lot of learners feel confused at first, and that's completely normal. Arabic isn't hard, it's just layered. Once you understand the difference between MSA and dialects, everything starts to make more sense.
I can see that now. MSA gives me the structure, and dialects help me connect with real people.
Exactly. And the great thing is, you don't have to master everything overnight. Small, steady progress is more powerful than trying to do it all at once.
That's really encouraging. I'm actually excited to keep learning now.
And you should be. Arabic is a beautiful language, rich, deep, and full of meaning. Just keep showing up. Even 5 or 10 minutes a day makes a difference.
Thanks for breaking it all down in such a simple way.
Anytime. And for anyone listening, just remember, you're not alone. Keep going. The journey's worth it.